Today, we compare greatness to greatness. We watched the legendary 2018 SQUISHYMUFFINZ, who arguably was the best player in the world at the time because of clips like this, and we compare him to 2023 ZEN, who is clearly right now the best player in the world. Both these players have changed Rocket League forever with their impact on the game. Hey guys, we're on the road to 100k subs. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment for the algorithm. It really does help, and you guys gotta see this comparison. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into this. I'm actually excited to watch this. Now we're only gonna watch about 7 minutes of his and then jump into ZEN's like 7 minutes of his highlights to try to keep it kind of even. But I am excited to see what Squishy was doing in 2018 because at the time, for those that don't know, I mean, just right off the rip, that's an impressive goal. Going to the ceiling that early in the game was just kind of nuts. Guys, 5 years ago, think about that, right? Like, players weren't, you know, he was just so ahead of the game, and it was so cool seeing how good he was, right? He's getting a soft touch, flip reset dunking. I remember this happening and everyone being like, holy crap. Dude, I'm actually excited to record this video. Let me know what you guys think when we compare these two. But I will say, this brings back nostalgia. I don't know how many of you guys can relate to this. I remember this goal, the bump. Yeah. So for those that don't know, Squishy was kind of like the first guy that implemented the air bumps, and he got really good at it. And now, I mean, every single person air bumps constantly. I think also I'm sunburnt. I know I look like a freak. I went golfing today. But yeah, now everyone air bumps, and it is cringe, but it's just the best way to play Rocket League. If you can get a goal every time, why not abuse it? But I don't know how many of you guys can relate to this. How many of you guys remember coming back from school, or, you know, one weekend you look, and remember when Squishy used to go live 5 times a week? That was clean. Nice reset. Dude, these car designs are just fun throwbacks. I will say, isn't it kind of crazy how... That's a great shot, bro. You know what's crazy is how impressive these goals are. You know, it kind of makes you think, how much did Rocket League really improve since 2018? You know, because players are still doing flip resets. Now, you're not seeing... I haven't seen a double flip reset yet. But you're not really seeing players go for... you know, they're like, there's no wall dashes in this, but everyone's doing the basics. Okay, so this is kind of weird to me. They're putting in basic just shots. Now, the ZEN montage we watch, I guarantee it's all from like RLCS, and it's going to be a lot more like, you know, these are all in ranked. So I'm trying to keep it with a grain of salt. Now, remember, this is 2018, and the main focus of this video is just to see how good these guys were. The best player pretty much at the time, Squishy, compared to, you know, ZEN 5 years later, who's the best player right now. Pretty, you know. But overall, watching this, it seems like mechanics are all the same. The only thing I'm not seeing people do, I mean, poke, like, that's insane. But, you know, it's right now, you're kind of just seeing flip resets. You're not now. Let's talk. I haven't seen any like pre-flip resets. So when the ball's out and they flip under it and then get another reset. The only thing I'm really seeing right now is like basic resets, nice redirects, and doubles. So you can kind of, for those that know Rocket League, when we watch the ZEN, you're probably gonna see a lot. You know, dude, he was scoring some nasty crap. I remember this. Oh, bro, man. Dude, I love Squishy, dude. He, like, every time I think of Rocket League, I'm going to think of this guy no matter how long, you know. Like, just these streams, playing ranked with friends, coming back from school. Oh, man, it brings back good memories. I'm getting a little emotional over here. What's he going to do, go to the ceiling, or is it going to be a flip reset? You know what's crazy is how bad defense was in 2018. I mean, I get it's ranked. But just watch the fact that, like, no one... Like, you'll see people... Like, I remember Justin about 2 years ago was complaining because people were constantly pre-jumping the flip resets. And, you know, in 2018, people didn't do that. Right? Like, these guys are all just waiting here, like, waiting for shit to happen, you know? I mean, dude, these goals are ridiculous. This is when Squishy and them used to queue rank 3s. This is a 1v1. Nice ball control. Nothing too flashy. It's crazy because, like, dude, I remember back in the day watching some of these being like, that's nuts, right? Which this is still a really good shot and it is really clean. But nowadays, if someone scores a goal like that, no one's in chat gonna be like, oh my god. They're all just gonna be like, oh, nice shot, right? You know? And it kind of makes it sad because I miss when Rocket League was kind of at the point where you could score a goal like this and you have hundreds of people seeing in their chats being like, wow. And even you watching, you thought it. Let's watch a couple more of these. This is when they won Worlds. Okay, so what's going to be cool is watching, like, you know, most of Squishy's goals come from ranked when it's less skilled opponents, you know, because 2018, that's kind of what people went off of and stuff, you know, just their best goals. But it's going to be fun seeing ZEN, because a lot of ZEN's highlights are all against the best of the best, like, pros in RLCS. But yeah, man, overall, it's just interesting to see, you know. So now we're getting into some RLCS goals. It's kind of just basic redirects. Back to ranked. I don't know how that worked. I do remember him posting that on Twitter, I believe. Garrett G and him playing before they were on the same team. So a lot of these montages are just clean shots from 2018, clean air drags, clean doubles. You know what I mean? So this is the last one we'll watch, then we'll jump over to ZEN. He gets the reset off the ceiling wave dash. Okay, but overall, his ball control's nuts. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, his ball control was nuts. Okay, now let's keep that in with a grain of salt, right? What we just saw. And now let's watch 5 years later, the best player at this time now. Let's see how this goes. Okay, here we go. Now, this is ZEN RLCS highlights. Now, this is 5 years later, 2023. And right off the rip, you just see something that you're like, wow. Okay, so this is crazy already, dude. I mean, it actually puts a smile on my face because it shocks me so much how much of the game has actually evolved. Now, when we were just watching that Squishy, I was like, you know, players really do the same stuff. They're just not as flashy and clean with it. And then you watch this and you see that fake right there. It's just like the IQ. And the best part is it's not against ranked people, which nothing against Squishy, but man, it's just crazy how these are in RLCS. I think this was, yep. Double touch. ZEN getting 1-2 resets against arguably some of the best pros. Now you're seeing one of the goals that just came out, a redirect skim. Now let me know what you guys now I was gonna ask you guys a question, but I don't really have anything to say. I was gonna say, like, what do you think of the comparison of these two, like 2018 and 2023? And realistically, I don't know if you guys agree, but I would say mechanics is the crazy thing. Just how clean players are becoming and how creative. I mean, he goes up to the ceiling. We might have saw like Squishy pinch one in off the ceiling, but dude, now you got people against the team that just won Worlds, obviously a little bit of a different roster, doing just disgusting things. Look at this. Goes to the ceiling, knows one's gonna challenge, gets the ceiling. I mean, it's disgusting, bro. What we got here? There's the fake, into the bump, 50, wave dashes into it. You know what would be fun to watch, guys, is think how many good goals he has that aren't in RLCS. Like, just goals that he's going for when he's got no pressure. He's just kind of doing his thing in ranked, right? I mean, I know you guys have seen some of the highlights. I mean, look at this play. Look at these two. Alpha 54 and him. ZEN going up, getting the ceiling double touch reset. I don't even think we saw one of those in the 2018 one we just watched. It's so, let me know what you guys think. It's kind of bittersweet, isn't it? You know, you see, I kind of miss the days when like Squishy and Gimmick and them were winning Worlds. They were the most mechanical players, and I don't know, man. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's how Rocket League goes, and you got up-and-coming players all the time. But, you know, I feel like Rocket League was a lot more simple at the time, I guess. Back into this. ZEN getting a flip reset over 2 people. And again, you might just think it's a flip reset, but guys, again, it's RLCS. Here's that double touch from another angle. Here's back to the Psycho Pass. Yeah. Even though we have seen a couple of these, it's still so impressive. I mean, come on. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Alright, real quick, guys. I found one that montage on YouTube as well, where it's them playing a couple ranked games and stuff. So just their best goals. Now let's see what this compares to like squishies. Against Monkey Moon and Alpha 54, gets a reset, goes under 1, fakes 2, 0 seconds as well. Yeah, that's a tilting one. The others just leave. Okay, this is gonna be crazy. This isn't a show match. ZEN goes high, gets the backwards pinch over Lost. I think he scores a crazy, watch this. Yep, I remember this. Now, these are still in professional 1v1 show matches. This was the goal that really set ZEN apart from everybody, in my opinion, when people were like, yep, he's the real deal. He's going to go on to be incredible. Now, here's more ranked clips. Clean save, little unnecessary. ZEN goes high, gets a reset, holds it, makes a great pop pinch shot. Now we got, it looks like a tournament. This must be older. Archie and ZEN playing together? Okay, back to like more recent times within the last couple months. Gets a reset, pre-flips into it. See, now these are things. You know what's crazy, guys? We've only seen a couple ranked clips. You know. This isn't another professional 1v1 show match. Now, if you guys remember, ZEN went on to win like 10 in a row against all the best players in the world. He didn't beat me, but you know what I mean. But, man, it's crazy, dude. You know, it really does make you think how good the game has gotten when you really didn't think it could keep progressing at the rate it has. Now you got players going for pogos because players can't just... You know, here's what's crazy about Rocket League now. Jack this whole time is thinking about the reset, and now you have players going down, getting a last-second pop. Back in the day, players used to just catch the ball. You know, it kind of just goes to show how creative the game is. ZEN goes high, dodges it, gets a great recovery. Oh, gets a pre-flip. You know, it just seems like he steps ahead of people, man. I will say, back in the day, I didn't think it was possible that the game would keep getting separation. I thought it would get closer because everyone's learning the same thing, right? But then you have ZEN come along, he joins Vitality, and now they become a team that's just like not even close to anybody, you know? There's a couple teams in that tier, but it's disgusting. Let's watch this last one to come to our conclusions. See, now you... Okay, remember how in that squishy video I told you guys players aren't really challenging in the air ever? Look at the difference in the game now because players are so good on offense that players have to adjust on defense like this. And players like ZEN make it so tough for even the player who's one of the best in the world, Abjack, to defend, right? You guys then doing double flip resets over him. Yeah, I think that's a good time to kind of call it. That way we get both people kind of even minutes on it. Let me know what you guys think. Overall, I think the game was really good in 2018, watching Squishy, who was probably the best at the time. But again, 5 years later, it just seems like everything just gets better and better. The flip resets, the pre-flips into the resets, the double touch ceiling. You know, players are just so creative now. Let me know what you guys think kind of really separated everybody. I wonder where Rocket League's going to be in 5 years, or if we'll even be here playing this game in 5 years, right? Thank you guys for watching as always. I appreciate you guys. Road to 100K. Have a good one.